Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing when we're going to see the 2022 Subaru WRX STI or the 2022 STI. I don't know whether it's going to keep the WRX STI or it's just going to be an STI. Likely, we're going to see that partnership of WRX and STI diminish, and it will probably be just the STI, but that is not what we're discussing today. We're going to be discussing when Subaru is going to unveil the newest STI, what year, if you've seen the thumbnail, and what we can expect for timing and what the global market on supply chain shortages really means for the newest STI. And for those of you guys that agree with me that the 2022 WRX was an absolute flop and you guys are bummed about what that really means, yes, I will be talking about how the 2022 WRX flop affected the release of the STI, because it's inevitable, it has to have affected it, and I think that there's some reflection from Subaru. We'll roll a quick clip of my 2016 Subaru WRX and then we will get into the video. Let's roll it. So if you haven't already noticed, the thumbnail indicates 2023. And yes, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it is very unlikely, near impossible, that we're gonna see the newest STI, the next generation STI in 2022. There are so many things against it, and we've basically heard from a lot of different Subaru outlets that it's just not coming in this calendar year. Well, let me clarify. You won't be able to buy it as a 2022 model year. That doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna have to wait till 2023 before we physically see the car. More likely, we're actually going to see the car in the next 12 calendar months. But that's not a great thing if you are a Subaru enthusiast. If you're waiting for that newest generation STI, this is a bit of a bummer. I know that was quick and to the point, and that was probably the purpose of the video, but there's more interesting conversation to be had. So we're probably gonna see that newest generation as a 2023 model year, but what does that really mean for when you can buy it? Well, if you follow the global market and economy surrounding the automotive industry, you know people are just behind. This is certainly going to affect the STI without a doubt. So not only is it gonna be, probably another 6 to 8 months before we hear anything or see the STI, it's then likely gonna be another 12 to 16 months before we can even order the newest STI. So if you were thinking about holding out and waiting for that new STI, I can tell you now it's probably not worth the wait. You're gonna need to find something to fill your time in between. Let's have a little fun first. Whew. While this car is not super fast, it's a hell of a lot of fun to drive. It comes down to three reasons why we're seeing the delay in the 2023 STI. From now on, I'm gonna say the 2023 STI. So number one, I think first and foremost, I think that they need the time to develop the car. I think with the pressure of the way the automotive and rally world is and where the sports car market looks to be in the United States, I think Subaru needs to come out with something that is significantly further along than our current generation STI, and the competition certainly indicates it to be competitive. That will need to happen. We will need to see more power, better performance, and if Subaru wants to capture the non-Subaru market, they're gonna have to be similar to their competition. The second reason follows right into that is Subaru wanted to wait to see other unveilings of other cars, newer models, newer generations. We knew that the newest Nissan Z was coming out. We knew that other cars were coming out with significant changes to generations of model years, and I think that the delay actually gives Subaru some time to understand what their competition is and will allow them to make some final tweaks. Being a mechanical engineer, I'm just guessing at what they've done is they've built a platform where there is some adjustability for the power. They've built a foundation that can make quite a lot of power, and likely they're better off scaling it down and not reaching as much power just for their own economies of scale, maintenance, warranty, etc. But they've given themselves room that if they really needed to scale it up and lower the factor of safety of the car, they were able to do that so that they can compete with other manufacturers. And I think the third reason, and this ties into what I was telling you before, if you were disappointed in the 2022 WRX, I think potentially Subaru knew that the 2022 WRX was going to be a flop, but didn't really know how bad it was going to be. Of course, they delivered underwhelming power, and that is a negative. And I think that's where Subaru thought the buck would stop. And they wanted to gauge what that change in power did for their market and existing customer base and the market of unknown customers, and whether or not that was going to be a feature that would be able to bring in new customers. Where I think Subaru didn't understand what was going to happen was people on a whole are disappointed with the way the car looks. While I do think that the extra year will give Subaru some time to fix the exterior or potentially add some things that make it just better than what the WRX had, it's likely not enough time to change the entire platform. So we know that we're going to see something similar to the 2022 WRX in the 2023 WRX STI or STI. It's going to be a similar looking car. Of course, it's going to have likely the same body. So I think those are the primary three reasons why we're seeing the delay, and I think that those three reasons actually mean the delay is going to be a really positive thing. And I think it takes the pressure off Subaru, and it gives them time to deliver a product that we really want. It gives them time to impress us with what they're going to deliver with the newest generation STI. And I think that's incredibly important. And I think that if Subaru fails this, like they probably failed the WRX for a lot of people, and I think it was intentional. See some of my other videos if you want to know why I think it was intentional. But if Subaru fails with the STI, they're going to lose a massive portion of their existing customer base. They're going to lose a massive portion of their, Subaru diehard supporters, and I think they know that. So those are the reasons I think, and I suspect that we're going to see a 2023 model year, and those are the same reasons I think that there aren't going to be any surprises. We're not going to get an STI sooner, and one of the core reasons that I think that if you're sitting there right now, like I am, and you want the 2023 STI, it's going to be long enough that you might want to consider getting a different ride for the time being, unless you're saving money, but don't expect it to come out in the next 3 months. Don't expect there to be surprise news. I would be very shocked if that was the case. It's just not likely to happen. Well, guys, I apologize if I delivered some disappointing news, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I will keep you guys updated with all Subaru news, everything you need to know about the newest generation STI, WRX, everything that's coming to the market. And we got lots of fun videos coming to the channel. So again, enjoy, and hopefully you guys have a great day and great weekend.